It is 10:02. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. NFL free agency officially begins on Wednesday, but the legal tampering window is set to open at 11 a.m. Central Time today. Meanwhile, multiple trade deals and transactions are being reported. No big moves yet from the Titans, but the Miami Dolphins have been active, reportedly planning to release quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, which would be a $99 million dead money hit against the salary cap. The Dolphins are also sending safety Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets in exchange for a 7th-round pick. The Dallas Cowboys are reportedly acquiring Packers pass rusher Rashawn Gary in exchange for a 2027 4th-round pick. And a blockbuster deal went down over the weekend as the Ravens shipped 2 first-rounders to the Raiders in exchange for pass rusher Max Crosby. College hoops, Vanderbilt won at Tennessee over the weekend, 86-82. The Commodores leapfrog the Vols and clinch the 4 seed and a double bye in the SEC tournament, which starts this week in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. Tennessee will start playing on Thursday against the winner of Mississippi State and Auburn as the 5 seed. One Tennessee team punched its ticket to the NCAA tournament on Saturday. Tennessee State routed Morehead State 93-67 to win the OVC championship. And Nashville Soccer Club got 2 goals out of Sam Surridge on Saturday to continue its unbeaten start to the season with a 3-1 win over Minnesota United at home. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Unbelievable. Let's have a show. Happy Monday. Happy legal tampering. A happy Robert Walsh behind the glass because he's got a premier pass rusher for the first time since Elvis Doomerville? Terrell Suggs? Good morning. A new league year is nearly upon us. Yes, Lucas, what do you got?
These are the things Robert is doing when his mother or somebody calls him and he says, I'm working. Leave me alone.
I cannot wait for this week. It's going to be a great time. We're happy to have you for the next 3 hours. 615-737-1045 is the number. We did 3 hours of Fox this morning. Tua is getting cut by the Dolphins. That's the big news to start the day. The Titans have the second most available cap space behind only the Las Vegas Raiders. And how they spend it will tell us a whole hell of a lot about the person whose vision Mike Borgonzi is trying to build this thing in. It's going to be a fascinating couple of days, and how, it's like last year, right? They were more judicious. I don't know that we're necessarily expecting things to go crazy, but since the last time we did the local show, Max Crosby has been traded from the Raiders to the Ravens, 2 first-round picks, something that Baltimore never does. You are talking about a center breaking not just the $20 million threshold, but it sounds like it could be even higher. And how high are the Titans willing to go for the services of Tyler Linderbaum? Your boy Ricky Scoops got put down like old Yeller.
He's back, though.
He's back?
He's so back.
Back from the dead?
Like Lazarus.
Is this like the Simpsons episode with the pet cemetery?
You cannot kill the dog. You can take the dog out of the biz, but you cannot take the biz out of the dog. He is back as of this morning.
That's not a dog. That's a wolf. Look at Ricky Scoops back in action. Are you familiar with Ricky Scoops, Lucas?
Adjacently, Robert talks about him.
We did this without him on Friday, right?
It's correct. It's a dog Twitter account, and we don't know who operates it.
Just a dog Twitter account.
It's the dog Twitter account
But he reports NFL news.
Yes, he's a dog during the day, and he's an NFL insider by night. And he had many different transactions that he was reporting, or do we have the new breaking news sound? Lucas hasn't been acclimated to the new breaking news sound. We did away with the laser light show. I don't know if Robert had the time to put it on the hotkeys just yet. He looks like he's looking for it at this point in time. But we've changed some things up since you abandoned us for the last 2 hours on Friday. What are you most looking forward to as a Titans fan this week?
Oh, man. I mean, that big splash move, right? They've got one in them. The Titans are in a place where they can afford to overpay.
The chat is saying they killed Ricky again.
Who did? What's this? What do you mean?
No, don't say that.
The chat is saying.
Don't say that.
How can you kill a Twitter dog?
The F&M Bank chat, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, where you can interact with the show. The chat is alleging that Ricky Scoops has been put down not once, but twice.
By the NFL? By Roger Goodell?
No!
That's such a good movie reference.
No, Ricky. No, they got him again.
Ted Wynn.
He had such a big future.
He was back. I saw him this morning. He was back.
Who's out to get Ricky?
The NFL.
They don't want him to be spreading all the news.
Ted Wynn of The Athletic, who's just a film not just a film exercise. He's a real good film analyst for The Athletic. He was on Twitter on Friday, quote tweeting a lot of these Ricky Scoops tweets about Wan'Dale Robinson being, for example, the worst kept secret in the NFL. Wan'Dale Robinson to the Titans, which is something that several people have indicated that there is significant interest from Tennessee and the former Giants wide receiver. Apparently the Giants are also actively working to retain him. But if that were to come to pass, score one for Ricky, who's on the inside, put that out on Friday morning. And since then, Ted Wynn of The Athletic said people in the NFL are trying to track him down. So apparently they've gotten him not once, but twice. We'll see if Ricky Scoops can rise from the dead a third time.
What grounds would they have? I don't understand.
If he's a league employee and he's out here just...
The IP address is at Park Avenue. That would be awesome.
If he's hiding out, if he's the one... I mean, do they still have the fax machine since Doomerville, like to physically get signed copies of paperwork? Nobody's still faxing things, surely.
He is the Air Bud version of an agent. Like, Air Bud plays basketball, plays football. He can hold a bat in his mouth and knock dingers. But, can he break NFL news? NFL insiders are scared of Ricky Scoops. They do not want him around. They do. All dogs go to heaven, but all dogs do not get invited to the draft room.
Well, either way, today is not about the draft, but it will inform draft strategy in a huge way. There is also reported interest between the Titans and Kenneth Walker, which would throw an interesting wrinkle into the Jeremiah Love conversation.
Who had that?
I believe Jordan. Not Jordan. Jonathan Jones. Jonathan Jones at CBS Sports.
God, NFL Network had the dumbest update. I get it. They have, there's enough news. They have things to update. The thing I saw this morning that I quote tweeted at Robbie _Walsh, if you'd like to go see my response to this. They put
wait. How many songs do you have ready today? Because the F&M Bank chat did not hear your work. You kicked me out of the studio this morning so Lucas could voice track something, which delights me, the idea of Lucas also taking to the karaoke machine.
I think we have 3 songs, and you know what? I'm about to say hell with it and just put it in so the chat can hear it too. If we get busted, I'll go in and delete it post-haste.
No. Don't do that.
I'll get it.
I know you want your shine. I know you want your praise.
I can go in after and cut it if we get popped.
It'll be fine.
I think since it's a parody, we shouldn't
talk about it. We should just do it.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Anyway, so we were talking about NFL Network. This morning they put out this update regarding Kenneth Walker. It appears increasingly likely that Kenneth Walker is headed elsewhere. Thank you.
Yes.
I really appreciate the up-to-date news on those things.
Helded?
Huh?
Did you say helded? Is that the word that you used or tried to use?
I don't think so.
Don't do that.
I don't even think
you understood. You understood.
What did I say?
You picked up what he was putting.
No.
In what context did I say that?
I thought he was saying that the NFL misspelled something in their update.
Oh, no.
No, they're just saying he's increasing.
He's headed elsewhere.
No bleep. No junk, dude.
I know.
We've known that.
I got confused.
Oh, okay.
I think you misspoke just a little bit. I wasn't on him. I'm being nice today. I'm in a good mood today. Today's a great news day.
You should be.
We're going to have fun today on the show. There's going to be news all over the place, but the big one to start the show with is Tua. We'll obviously keep you updated as Titan stuff becomes available. Technically, this thing isn't supposed to start until noon Eastern today, but that's cherry because that's right in the middle of the show, and we'll see how quickly things can be tampered with legally, of course.
But to answer your question, I think we have 4 songs.
Okay, 4 songs in total. Robert and Lucas have been working diligently. There's absolutely nothing in the show rundown because it all went into the musical efforts this morning.
I called Lucas yesterday, left him a voicemail. Here's what I'm thinking. And then he called me right back, and I was like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I had to say the thing twice. I've been thinking about this for probably about 18 hours, about all the different parody songs.
Okay, very good. We have all manner of legal tampering / free agent parody songs prepared for you today, courtesy of the lyrical geniuses Lucas Panzica and Robert Walsh, which is exactly why Lucas wants it played on the chat today. He also wants the praise and the likes and to plug his own Twitter handle at
my name.
He did a good job. Well, I can't wait for the audience to hear it.
I heard a little bit. All I'm going to tease the audience with is it's Gangsters in Paradise.
Why we did? That's a lot. That's a lot to tease. That's not a tease. That's a giveaway.
It's not what the song's called.
We will find out together later in the show. So Tua, he's going to play for league minimum elsewhere. How many teams would Tua start for? There's 8 that have quarterback, that they're open for business at quarterback. Dolphins are one of them, so 7. Who the hell is going to start Tua Tagovailoa next year? And how good of an option is that? We're talking about Kyler Murray, which, by the way, isn't official until Wednesday, so we can't really get into the Kyler Murray stuff in the early onsets of this. You have Malik Willis, who is going to be a fascinating figure as to who offers him the most money, and is the most money also the place that would give Malik the best opportunities to succeed? Because we all think, while you're happy to see Malik continue to progress and the market says you're worth what you're worth, we understand that the sample size for Malik Willis as a starting quarterback in the NFL is infinitesimal. What is it, 28 dropbacks in the last 2 years, 28 true dropbacks in the last 2 years? Robert, you had that fact at some point last week or in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I gave that to Kurt Warner. Yeah, when you take out all the RPOs, all the scrambles, all the screens, and anything that is a true evaluating drop back where he has to look at the defense and see what it gave him and throw the ball, he only had 28 of those instances.
So, who becomes the most attractive free agent quarterback option where Kirk Cousins is also expected to be in the mix here in the not-too-distant future? We can talk about all of these things throughout the course of today's show, and, of course, the latest in Titans free agency news on this Legal Tampering Monday, which is really free agency. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone. Not only is it a new league year, but it's truck month at Two Rivers Ford, and that means 0 money down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days. But only at Two Rivers Ford do you get 0 surprises and 0 pressure. You see, Two Rivers Ford, they do things a little differently than most dealerships. For starters, they have a non-commissioned sales team, so their sales folks are paid whether you buy a truck or not. No pressure. So go ahead, ask all the questions. Take all the test drives. Check out the F-150, the Super Duty, the Maverick, the Ranger. Truck month is all about you. And at Two Rivers Ford, you'll find the real price online every time. Not a jacked up price when you're getting ready to purchase your vehicle because they've added on a bunch of accessories or add-ons like other dealerships do. They pride themselves on honesty and transparency at Two Rivers, like they have for over 4 decades. And by the way, Two Rivers Ford has one of the best inventories of Ford trucks in the Southeast. There's Ford Truck Month, and then there's Two Rivers Ford Truck Month. So get to the South's most trusted Ford dealer for the best prices of the year on the best-selling truck in America. Local, honest, real. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
T-minus 40 minutes until legal tampering officially begins in the NFL. Welcome back. We are fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. NFL free agency feels like it's about to be in flames. Like, shut the cluck up. Order at HattieB.com. Download the Hattie B's app. Hattie B's at Geodis Park on Saturday. I was very, very happy for the pregame meal. So there have been some moves. We know the Dolphins are releasing Tua Tagovailoa, taking on a record $99 million cap hit. Dolphins are also trading Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets. The Packers are trading edge rusher Rashawn Gary to the Dallas Cowboys. Things are happening, but maybe what could end up being the biggest blockbuster trade of the offseason happened over the weekend, with Max Crosby going to Robert Walsh's Baltimore Ravens in exchange for 2 first-round draft picks. So he leaves Vegas. Now, Jeremy Fowler has done a free agency buzz piece on ESPN where he said that the Raiders leveraged the highest bidders to squeeze maximum draft capital out of the Max Crosby sweepstakes, leaving the Cowboys disappointed, but, he writes, ultimately justified in their decision to bow out. So the corresponding move from Dallas to go trade for Rashawn Gary.
Now he can post his Instagram.
But he was hacked, though.
Who?
You didn't see this?
No.
So this came out, I guess you were gone on
Crosby?
Friday.
Talking about Crosby?
No. Rashawn Gary.
Oh.
Rashawn Gary on Friday posted a Goodbye Green Bay graphic with a statement and a picture of him in motion, right? A live shot of him.
Professionally photoshopped statement.
Yes, correct. A very, very tastefully and well done, thoughtful goodbye to the fans and the organization of the Green Bay Packers. And then it gets around to Green Bay media and the insiders, the national insiders, that no, that's not him posting that. He's been hacked.
What?
One of the most confusing I've been hacked moments that I can remember, because it's not like nobody did anything malicious. It's not Laramie Tunsil in a gas mask and posting receipts of, his conversation with an Ole Miss coach about improper benefits and things like that. It's a lovely statement, a lovely goodbye message to Green Bay, except he posted it prematurely, and he was not, in fact, hacked. Nobody, it's boy who cried wolf on hacked anymore. Nobody believes you.
But there was reporting on Friday that the Packers' intention was to release Rashawn Gary, wasn't there?
But that he had not yet been. So originally, all the insiders came out and said, oh, yeah, Rashawn Gary will be released barring a trade, kind of like the Teron Johnson stuff from last week. And then later, it was like, he has not yet been released, but he could be traded. Hold on now. And then he recanted his hacked statement. Oh, I didn't mean to post that. Sorry. It was just in my draft.
Nobody believes you if your playbook is, I was hacked. And this is the most wonderful, wholesome statement of all time with a goodbye message to a fan base.
So how we feeling, Bert?
Starting to like it. I was a little perturbed when it happened because I like my draft picks.
That's not what you said in our text thread. In our text thread,
that's exactly what he said in our text thread.
I said I kind of bleep and hate it.
Yeah, he said he hates it.
That's not what he just said right now.
Oh, you're saying that he hated it more than he's trying to give off now.
Yeah, well, I'm citing his exact words. If you would like to speak for yourself and instead of letting us talk over you while you give your feelings.
All I want to say is initially, and before the trade happened, I was against trading first-round picks because the only thing I've ever known for them is to draft and develop, and I trusted them to do so. So when they traded those picks, I was like, oh, you had a really good opportunity this year at 14 to trade back, get more assets, draft a player that you originally probably shouldn't be able to draft. But, I mean, I spent a lot of time watching him this weekend, spent a lot of time looking over the projections for 14.
I literally walked into his living room yesterday when he was watching 24 minutes of Max Crosby highlights and just sitting there in his underwear delighted.
And they were never going to get this level of pass rusher at 14 or at their 27 first overall or first pick. So they haven't had a pass rusher like this since Suggs, since defensive player of the year Suggs. So instantly your pass rush is now feared, and you have to decide who you're going to double. I like the move. I like them supporting Jesse Minter and getting him a bona fide pass rusher who's also a great edge setter. I think that's the benefit. And the way I'm talking myself into this, everyone would like to say, oh, why didn't they trade for Micah Parsons? You could have traded 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons. Look at the difference between the 2 salaries. This year, Max Crosby's going to play, after they end up restructuring his deal, on a $7 million deal.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is getting paid like $45 million annually. It's not the same. Like, so the value of it, who you're getting, I don't love that he's in his peak and not just beginning his peak, but I think overall it was a great move for Baltimore. The defense is going to be a plus.
Puts a lot of pressure on that coaching staff immediately because you're dealing with a first-time head coach, a 29-year-old offensive play caller who, was in Chicago, so he's never going to be the play caller for Ben Johnson, right? That's what you hired Ben Johnson to do. So Ravens are a fascinating case study. The idea that they outbid Dallas, who obviously traded Micah Parsons last year.
What do we make of that, Dallas being in the Crosby sweepstakes after giving up a bunch of stuff for Quinnen Williams last year?
Again, Jerry is almost to a fault. Like, if he sets his mind against something, then he's not going to do that. If he decides that he's going to do something, more than likely it gets done, right? That's paying his guys, that's keeping George Pickens, that's I'm gonna do business this way, Micah, and if you don't want to do business this way, then we're going to move you because this is how our organization runs. So, Jerry, after the fact, Max Crosby, there is some value there still for Dallas, but not when you're still giving up assets to go trade for Kenny Clark. And now, Rashawn Gary's not a bad option, right? So Dallas fans, I think, are probably still feeling pretty good about the idea of adding him. He's not the same kind of a player as what they had in Micah or what they could have had in Crosby, but it's not a bad third-tier option.
Right, because he does what Micah Parsons, what Jerry poo-pooed all over him for doing. Micah Parsons doesn't play the run well. Max Crosby's probably the best run-setting edge in the league. Also, I feel like it's kind of disingenuous to be like, all right, Lamar's got the pressure on there. The pressure was already on them, whether they traded for Max Crosby or not. Like, if anything, I think this alleviates the pressure because you've raised the talent floor on the team. Like, they were always in a Super Bowl window. They always had to win. The pressure was always there. It's a new head coach taking over the pressure from John Harbaugh. Like, I just feel like they were always going to feel this way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It doesn't change the expectation, right? It's not like suddenly.
All three of us picked them to win the Super Bowl last year, and now all of a sudden, there's not another premier team in the AFC, right? Buffalo, we're thinking, is going to take a step back. We'll see what again, free agency will tell us a lot, and then the draft even more, so we can have each version of these conversations as we get past these, but like the Chiefs are trying to figure it out just as much as the Ravens are. They're not in that dissimilar of a situation.
Interesting nugget, the final line of Jeremy Fowler's Max Crosby section in his free agency buzz article writes, one person involved in the trade made an interesting point about the Patriots' chances at Crosby. Now, I add parenthetically that we've heard multiple times, Diana Rossini has said it, Max Crosby has talked about it, that he would love to play for Mike Vrabel, loves Mike Vrabel. The quote here from the Raiders to Jeremy Fowler, no way Tom Brady was sending Max to Vrabel.
Is that just because they play in the same conference?
No idea.
Like what, those two obviously have it's not like a Belichick relationship where Bill Belichick won't let Patriots scouts go to North Carolina practice because he's so mad at the organization type thing.
Maybe that's like a competitive friendship thing.
Like, no, I'm not giving you Max.
Yeah, I'm not giving you Max.
You figure it out.
You crazy?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out over here. You figure it out over there. Okay? That'd be
pay
pretty
30
funny.
for Pierce, buddy. You're not trading for AJ.
But it's not, he's still staying in the AFC. So
yeah.
And anyway, it's an interesting note.
Speaking of AJ, that is the next section in Jeremy Fowler's article. The Philadelphia Eagles are worth watching for reasons beyond AJ Brown. He says Philly is asking for a steep price for Brown. One executive said it wants a first and a second for him. Perhaps that changes. New England is in the mix. He does say Philly he doesn't feel that Philly ever heavily pursued Max Crosby, but he says the Eagles are active in the pass rush market. The Titans also, you would imagine, would be active in the pass rush market. Trey Hendrickson is the best available pass rusher. He ranked number 1 in that list of top 50 available free agents that ESPN put out.
At 31 years old, I'd say that's a safe bet.
Tampa time. Travis Kelce
No.
is expected to return to the Kansas City Chiefs for his 14th season. At 36, Kelce's play is an unusual level, landing him in a Pro Bowl. He's loyal to KC and will stay in Kansas City.
I kind of wanted to see him somewhere else. I saw somebody tweet a picture of Sean McVay after he signs Travis Kelce doing some kind of a fist bump, and I think that would have been fun. Like, just the idea of him anywhere else. But I don't know if that's that's still probably the skill player that Mahomes is most comfortable with. Out of what they have, the lack of reliability around their wide receivers at this point, it makes sense.
Okay. So, what is, other than the Max Crosby trade, the most interesting move that's happened so far? You've got Minkah being dealt again by the Dolphins. I wonder how many players in NFL history have been traded multiple times by the same team.
It is a very interesting situation.
I mean, only a seventh in exchange, but he heads up to the Jets.
I mean, how would you look at that? Like, if you were traded away from it's not like people get traded in their jobs, but if you got laid off from a job one time and then whatever the circumstance, you were able to get your job back or your company wanted you back and they said, no, baby, it'll be different this time. And then they did it to you again.
He was a first-round pick of the Dolphins, right? Then gets traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Dolphins traded Fitzpatrick along with a 2020 fourth-round pick and a 2021 seventh-round pick in exchange for a Steelers first, fifth, and sixth. So it was a big package that sent him to Pittsburgh. He ended up coming back to Miami. Fitzpatrick came to Miami along with a 2027 fifth from Pittsburgh in exchange for Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 seventh. And now he heads back up north, this time to the Jets. Very sorry, Minkah Fitzpatrick, in exchange for a seventh-round pick. Oh, things are happening.
Stop. Tampa time. Lefties unite.
This is a big one.
The Falcons are making a strong early push to sign former Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. With Michael Penix recovering from a torn ACL, Atlanta is making a move for an economic contingency plan and competition at the position.
So another Dolphins quarterback who Miami is going to pay money to be a break glass in case of emergency player. Tannehill to the Titans in 2019, Tua on a vet minimum contract because Miami is eating $99 million over the next 2 years. We thought Russell's buyout was big. My God. Tua behind Penix if Penix goes the way that Mariota did. You kind of like that, right? Now, is Tua going to expect to come in and compete for the starting job right away?
Sorry, Robert, who's reporting that?
Pelissero.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of have to, as they noted, like Penix recovering from the torn ACL. Like, he would probably start the beginning of the year while he rehabbed, and Penix would maybe retake the job unless Tua's just really slinging it?
Not official, right? Like Robert said.
No.
They are pushing to sign Tua. Nothing is finalized.
And again, it can't be finalized until Wednesday. So you could see some deviation from this. It's just that's where things are tracking right now. I kind of don't love that as reporting. Like, do we wait until, I don't know. It's good information to know that the Falcons are at least.
That's their intention.
Involved.
He said a deal could come together soon.
Before we get too sidetracked, we were talking about Minkah and the trade to the Jets today. Barry Jackson at the Florida Sports Buzz, he does great work covering the Dolphins, more specifically so on the contract portion of things. The trade of Minkah to the Jets for a seventh-round pick drops the Dolphins' cap commitment to Minkah from $18.8 million to $12.9 if Miami didn't pay any of the salary. Update: Miami didn't pay any of the salary. Minkah signing a new deal with the Jets, so this will give the Fins more than $10 million in cap space. I would argue that this is a strict cap space move given how much dead money they're eating with Tua and other players they've cut.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Spytech in Vegas or Borgonzi here. You're not responsible for the sins of your previous front office decision-making and coaches' decision-making, right? It's your job to fix the problem. And if Miami deems that Minkah Fitzpatrick can at least be a part of the solution as they try and tear that thing down to the stud. So that's Raiders and Dolphins that are for sure looking around at 2026 to be like, give us as much relief from our current situation, as much capital from our current situation as we can find, even if we've got to eat it on the front end in the case of Miami, because they are in a tough spot.
Zach and I were talking, so maybe the listeners are unfamiliar, but in 3-year blocks, there's a threshold of money that you have to spend. You have to meet that number or you will be penalized financially by the league. in the Raiders trading Max Crosby, they have to spend something like $186 million in cash. So expect the Raiders to back the Brinks truck up for a lot of these dudes to satisfy the financial threshold that they have to meet.
Well, and that's something that so we filled in for Brady Quinn and LeVar Arrington and Jonas Knox this morning on Fox Sports Radio. Me and Jason Fitzy's obviously somebody who's worked for the Raiders organization, who is a diehard Raiders fan. He said he expects Tyler Linderbaum to come in at $25 million a year to Vegas. That's where he thinks this thing is heading. Now, he's not reporting, it's kind of like Matthew Berry. It's like, just gut feeling, if you ask me, $25 million a year to Vegas. That would be an outrageous jump. And you saw a couple of different people this morning tweeting about Tyler Linderbaum getting ready to not just break the existing center record as far as the contract goes, but to shatter it, in the words of Jonathan Jones of CBS Sports. So how much do the Titans want somebody like Tyler Linderbaum? Because McGovern, I think since the last time we did the local show, has re-signed in Buffalo.
Yeah, which he apparently thought was not going to happen.
Yeah. So that's a situation that gets done there. There are other options, but this is a significantly better option than what is left to be had. It's one of the few quality players that a team is going to allow to walk for you to be able to sign, and that's a critical point of need. If I had one pick today, I would say I would like them to sign Tyler Linderbaum. I wouldn't be scared of something like the Lloyd Cushenberry deal going the way that it did. It doesn't mean that you stop swinging.
Speaking of Titans needs, because I think there's going to be just a flurry of news here in the next hour, so let's get to this before that happens.
23 minutes.
We have not really talked about the idea of Trey Hendrickson to the Titans. Yes or no? Is that something the Titans should be kicking the tires on?
What's the length of the deal? 2 years? He's 31.
It's 31. It'll be interesting to see what that looks like.
Would love a 2-year deal. I bet he wants longer.
Like, if there's anything to overpay on, doesn't that feel
offense? I'm
like
good
a good area?
I'm good with trenches. I'm good with offensive line. I'm good with pass rush. I'm good with front 7 players on defense. Well, front 4 players on defense. I think that is the thing that they are committed to the most. And if you had to, I'm going to be surprised if they really do this Wan'Dale Robinson deal for the kind of money that people are talking about him making, because you would think that the first place that they wanted to start and invest that money is up front, the way that Borgonzi talks. But if they feel like it's a difference-making player and it fits for what they need, let's see what this strategy looks like in year 2. That's what I'm saying. It's a fascinating time to learn more about Mike Borgonzi and what the future sustainability for the Tennessee Titans, not just the sugar rush thing that they did a couple of years ago with Rand, but what this looks like for sustainability and contending over a period of time, not just, we need to win before everybody gets fired. Let's go get them, boys.
He is coming off a season where he was banged up, injured. Trey Hendrickson, production dropped off. He's 31. The Spot Track average annual salary calculation is $25.4 million a year. I think I'm in.
That's low. It's going to be more than that. But I would be in. What was the projected length on the deal?
2 years, $50.9 million, approximately.
I bet it's 3 years minimum, right, for a 31-year-old player who just came off a dispute with his team about long-term security.
Yeah, and he could very well be in ring chasing mode. So aging pass rushers often are. So I don't know.
But 31, it's not so aging. It just depends on what his long-term health is, because he's obviously just dealt with a couple of different injuries here.
And maybe you see, instead of them giving him a third year, maybe they just throw a void year on after the guarantees are up. So it's like, look, we'll pay you some funny money. Like this year, like in 2029, you won't even have to play. We'll give you $6 million, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk some hoops before things really start flying all over the place here.
If you want to, for the way that game went on Saturday, we can talk about the Vols and Vanderbilt. SEC tournament will be down there. If you guys are coming into town, if you're a Kentucky fan, an Alabama fan, Tennessee fan, whatever, we're going to be hanging out. Do we know where we're hanging out doing the show? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
In the concourse.
Okay, we will be somewhere in Bridgestone Arena. We will update you if you want to come by and say hi. It's always fun to see you. So a little bit of hoops talk before the madness begins next. 15 minutes. 15 more minutes. Do we have another song prepared for the start of legal tampering officially in the NFL?
Do I have another song?
You already burned 2 of them, or are we not counting your...
Well, one of them's a quick hitter.
Okay.
And the other one's, there are really 3 songs.
Okay.
2 iterations of one.
Very good. So we have legal tampering in the NFL underway 15 minutes from now. Expect a flurry of transactions. For those of you who are not on social media, we will keep you updated, which is one of the most fun parts about this job, is days like today. I think it will be fun for you guys as well, just to see what the Titans are kind of thinking and how they move through this first wave. Remember, it just begins the start of these things. We have a Titans transaction before even the legal tampering begins. No breaking news?
You don't get a song.
Why not? It's not tampering. It's a real deal.
Barking rumor.
Well, it's not a rumor. It's Jim Wyatt. Titans re-signed Morgan Cox.
Nice.
Hey.
Morgan Cox. Hey, back in the league.
1 down, 2 to go on the special teamers.
Okay. Yeah, that's our new breaking news. It's the dog, except the dog has been put down, brought back, put down again. Ricky Scoops. We remember you fondly. So, before we get underway with the full slate of transactions league wide, or at least the start of them, Tennessee lost to Vandy 86-82 on Saturday in Knoxville, and it didn't feel that particularly close. Tyler Tanner, 25. Commodores now 24-7. And they led by, double digits for the majority of the game. It's far be it for me to criticize Tennessee basketball when my program lays down like dogs against Ohio State over the weekend. But I did not love the way that Tennessee started that game. It was a game of great import, especially with conference tournament stuff on the line here, and we now have the bracket since we've concluded the regular season. But I did not love the energy or lack thereof that the Vols showed against Vandy at home, with implications to the game.
Do you guys have a lot of foreign players?
Tennessee?
You said it was a game of great import. I didn't even know there were a lot of. I thought most of your guys were like from Tennessee or the area.
Ethan Bird came in from Israel, was in the Israeli professional league.
I guess that's an import.
Yeah. Vanderbilt.
Well, does he come with tariffs?
Potentially.
Tariffs?
Has he been?
Well, not from Israel.
Has he been terrific, or has he been
Careful.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, Tennessee desperately needs guard help scoring the ball outside of Jacoby Gillespie, who was not good. 5 of 22. 17 points in the end, but 1 of 11 from 3. Just could not get a timely 3 out of Jacoby Gillespie, as Vanderbilt was doing everything in their power to melt down and give this game away back to Tennessee, blowing bad turnovers late. It was a 17-point lead at one point in the second half, and Tennessee did have opportunities to try and take advantage of Vanderbilt mistakes late. They couldn't do so. Poor free throw shooting in bad situations, and like I said, an lack of timely 3, 6 of 24 from beyond the arc. Tennessee, it is so frustrating to watch how dominant this team can be on the offensive glass, just cleaning up offensive rebounds. Tennessee had 18 offensive rebounds, 9 second chance points out of those. They just cannot convert those second and third and fourth chance opportunities, and they fall to 11-7 in SEC play. Amari Evans popped in this game. He was excellent, 24 points. Man, they could use that spark in the postseason. Obviously, Nate Ament being out was a huge miss for Tennessee. Nobody other than J.P. Estrella really carried that load. Estrella had a 20-point double-double, and Tennessee heads into the SEC tournament as the 5 seed. They'll take on the winner between Auburn and Mississippi State. That game will happen Wednesday. The Tennessee game will happen Thursday, and if the Vols beat Auburn or Mississippi State, you get a third matchup against Vanderbilt at Bridgestone Arena. We'll see what Nate Ament's status is. Rick Barnes still talking as though it's very touch and go. I personally do not want to see Nate Ament play a minute of basketball until the NCAA tournament. We're talking about an ankle sprain, a re-aggravation in a quarterfinal or semifinal of the SEC tournament that would potentially put him out for the NCAA tournament. Would be a really bad look. So I hope we don't see Nate for that reason. We'll see what happens. But it was frustrating. Like, in the end, without Nate Ament in a game like this, okay, that could have been the thing that put Tennessee over the edge. But just how it played out down the stretch with the Vols unable to take advantage of opportunities that Vanderbilt kept handing them was certainly frustrating to watch. And we'll see how they look if they can get back to full strength but they got to get past either Auburn or Mississippi State first. Did you see some of those comments from Stephen Pearl?
No. Well, I saw the one that you sent, but I didn't see more than that.
Yeah, about how they're saying after losing to Bama to close out the season, how their resume stacks up with anybody in the country.
Yeah, I know.
At 16-15 because of one win at Florida, which is an impressive win. But come on, man. Like Bruce and Stephen Pearl just keep saying things into microphones. And anyway, we'll see if Tennessee faces up with Auburn on Thursday.
It's a situation that I did not want Indiana in. Darren DeVries trying to convince the country as to why they should be in over Miami of Ohio or something stupid.
Right.
The way that people were talking about. Anyway, we need to talk about the fact that you put a curse on Casey Alexander with your bullet cap.
Did I?
Belmont got drummed.
I hated that.
I looked up at one point, and they were down significantly by halftime to a 9-seeded Drake team, 100-79.
Yeah, man.
Was the final as the number 1 seed in the tournament for Belmont. So they get Lipscomb too. I mean, Lipscomb got run in the, what is that, the A-Sun?
Austin Peay couldn't make it through the A-Sun either, but how about the TSU Tigers?
Yes, in the tournament.
This is a discredit to us. We've been talking all season about how Middle Tennessee Hoops is stepping up this year. Belmont cruising through the Missouri Valley. Lipscomb and Austin Peay making noise in the A-Sun. We did not pay enough attention to the OVC regular season champion, Tennessee State Tigers, who are now OVC conference champions and are the Middle Tennessee team outside of Vanderbilt, obviously, headed to the big dance. Huge shout out to Tennessee State. They're going to go represent Nashville. That was really cool. Just laying a thumping on Morehead State in the OVC championship. That was awesome. Disappointing end for Vandy women to not get past Ole Miss in the SEC tournament semifinal. Was surprised to see just how badly Texas took it to South Carolina in the SEC tournament championship on the women's side. I mean, Texas is a fantastic, one of the best teams in the country, but for them to win by 17 was surprising against Don Staley and the Gamecocks.
All right, let's break early because we're going to have a slew of news to start the legal tampering period at 11 a.m. Central Time. So we will come back and we will begin to react to all of the transactions that are coming your way. Feels a little bit like Christmas Day in the NFL. I'm Buck Rising. It's 104.5 The Zone. Nothing worse than a plumbing, heating, or cooling or electrical emergency. Most of the time, you don't know what it will cost or if it'll get fixed correctly or if someone is just trying to sell you something. When you call Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, their experts are going to solve your problems quickly. The price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. There's no hidden fees or surprises on your bill. Hiller has been in business for over 35 years. They're family-owned and operated, and their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy. When they're on their way, you'll receive a photo of your tech and a link to track them in real time so you don't waste your time waiting around. 100% satisfaction guaranteed of happy you'll be, or the service is free. That is the Happy Hiller promise. So book online today at happyhiller.com.
It is 10:59. Good morning from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. NFL free agency officially begins on Wednesday, but the legal tampering window is set to open in just a few seconds. Meanwhile, multiple transactions are being reported. No huge moves yet from the Titans. The team did put out a transaction that they are re-signing veteran long snapper Morgan Cox on a one-year deal. Elsewhere, the Miami Dolphins have been active, reportedly planning to release quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, which would be a record $99 million dead money hit against the cap. Meanwhile, Tom Pelissero has reported that the Atlanta Falcons will be making a push to sign Tua at quarterback. The Dolphins also are sending safety Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets in exchange for a seventh-round pick. The Dallas Cowboys are reportedly acquiring Packers pass rusher Rashawn Gary in exchange for a 2027 fourth-round pick. And the Kansas City Chiefs are expected to return tight end Travis Kelce. Per reports, Kelce was set to be a free agent. A blockbuster deal went down over the weekend. The Ravens shipped 2 first-rounders to the Las Vegas Raiders in exchange for pass rusher Max Crosby. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone. Spending most our lives living in a tampering paradise. Been spending most our lives living in a tampering paradise. Looking for quarters at a discount price. Living in a tampering paradise. Checking edges once or twice. Living in a tampering paradise.
You have a cold? What's going on there?
What do you mean?
A little nasally.
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's not me. That's Coolio, idiot.
Come on, dude. It's a banger.
You thought you could out Weird Al, did you?
It's no Amish paradise.
Oh, okay. Let's tamper. It's 11:01. Why haven't the Titans done anything yet? Where is the stream of consciousness, these tweets that are supposed to roll out one after the other? We'll get to them. We'll get to them soon. We'll get to the transactions here in the not-too-distant future. We'll keep you updated as these things move because they are expected to move quickly.
God, people are so ravenous this time of year. It's 11:02. People are like, not enough news. We need more.
I think
What's happening?
I think they're joking.
I don't know, man.
No, probably not. Probably not to an extent. I would hope so, but the chat is a bit unhinged. 615-737-1045 is the number if you want to jump in. Who is your top Titans priority in free agency? Let us know, and we'll talk about it throughout the course of the morning and see how they choose to spend their second most cap space in the league, because they do have to spend to an extent. But let's talk about some things that have been rumored before we get to actual concrete transactions. The idea that the Tennessee Titans, according to multiple NFL insiders, are interested.
Stop. Tamper time. Alec Pierce. First man off the board, and he's going to back home. Staying in Indianapolis on a 4-year, $116 million deal. We do not have the guaranteed money as of yet, and I would also imagine that 116, and maybe we should preface this. When you see these deals, these are agent-driven. These deals are given to Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, whoever. They are given to them by the agent, so it is probably up to 116. Maybe that's the full deal, but we have to temper our expectations with these numbers because they are not all exactly what we will be reported on right off the bat. But 4-year deal, $116 million for Alec Pierce to go back to Indy.
Okay, Wandale Robinson, come on down. That's, according to several people, one of the worst kept secrets in the NFL. So, if that is where Alec Pierce is coming in at, that immediately takes a wide receiver domino off the board. In the rest of this, Kenneth Walker. The Titans are reportedly interested, according to multiple NFL insiders. Jeremy Fowler being the latest to say that the Titans are an option. Walker will consider the Giants and Commanders among his options, with the Titans as a possibility. So, if you are a Titans fan, would you rather have the Super Bowl MVP, who's only 25 years old, a running back, a proven running back, or would you rather draft Jeremiah Love with the number 4 overall pick? If that is indeed an option for them, and it does seem that would be an option for them. What is the guaranteed money on Alec Pierce?
$84 million in guarantees, $60 million fully guaranteed, and a full max package of $116. So about roughly 50% of the total deal, the max deal, is guaranteed for Alec Pierce. Big money.
Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm good with the Colts. Just keep utilizing him how they utilize him, and they're the ones that pay him rather than him going somewhere to try and be something he has not been yet in his career.
Love or Walker?
Walker in a trade down.
Walker in a trade down. But you have to sign Walker before you can determine that you can trade down. Then you have to have somebody who's willing to come up in this draft for Jeremiah Love.
Bring him home, Kenneth Walker. Memphis product. He is 25 years old. Will turn 26 in October.
Would you rather set that level of investment in the running back position? Say Linderbaum's not available. Say Linderbaum goes to Vegas the way that Fitzy was talking about this morning on a ridiculous deal. Kenneth Walker feel like a good return on investment for where the Titans offensive line is right now, understanding that they don't have a right guard or a center. I mean, they have Corey Levin. Are we not talking enough about Corey Levin? Because Corey Levin thinks so. Did you see his tweets over the weekend?
No.
Apparently, he was doing the thing where you see your name come up, or maybe somebody sends you your tweets, sends tweets where you're mentioned, and he was not taking kindly to the Titans fans who do not think that he can hold down the Titans starting center job.
I think he can do a job.
He can do a job.
He can be serviceable there.
Listen, my question with the idea of Corey is, okay, Corey's been good depth for a couple of years now, and I love that because you need good depth. You need quality depth all over the place. So if Corey Levin becomes your starting center, who's behind Corey Levin? That is where the math gets a little harder. You would like an option that would at least push Levin, and that would be the expectation, that no matter who they bring in, unless they're signing Linderbaum to that kind of a deal, is going to be competing with Corey Levin for that starting job.
Stop! Tampa time! Veteran wide receiver Olamide Zaccheaus headed back to where it all started in Atlanta. Spent last year with the Bears, had 39 catches, 313 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He will return to Atlanta. Another wide receiver down.
Okay. So Wan'Dale Robinson is somebody who continues to be linked to this team. What is the price that we would expect to see Wan'Dale Robinson get?
More or less than Alec Pierce?
Less.
Less, for sure.
Less, I would say, but not by that much. I mean, at least if we're talking about the AAV, again, the guaranteed money matters the most here. So we'll await terms on that particular situation.
Pierce is 29. What would we say, 25?
That's a lot of money for, isn't he 5'8"? Wan'Dale Robinson? Like, that's a very specific kind of a player. And I know we were talking about, he did some more things from a versatile standpoint last year than he has in his career and how they deployed him on the outside. But listen, I'm not going to get sticker shock about anything. I'm just saying he seems like a very particular player.
Pierce's deal comes in at $28.5 million AAV. I think that's a little under. He probably took a little bit of a pay cut because projected prices were about $30 million. I wonder where Wan'Dale falls in that case.
I need some music.
Oh, wow. Stop. Tampa time. Former Titans legend Draymond Jones headed to New England on a 3-year, $39 million deal. That's 13 per. Jones was with the Titans and Ravens last year, notching career highs in sacks and pressures. Big ad for Mike Vrabel.
Good for him. Cashed in.
Ooh, and now the Ravens get a comp pick.
And as the reporting goes, Max Crosby or Tom Brady was not willing to trade Max Crosby to New England. So New England gets a pass rusher who's certainly not Max Crosby, but it's not a bad option. I mean, Draymond Jones is a quality player. He's not necessarily going to get your sack numbers, but he'll contribute to the pressures. He'll create sacks for not just himself, but for other people, as we saw him do here in Tennessee, and then carry that over to New England. So that at least helps them from a fortification standpoint. You're going to continue to need to add things there. Do you think the Patriots make the playoffs next year?
Ooh, first place schedule.
Buffalo's still in your division, but the other two teams are Miami and the Jets.
Yeah, I think they make the playoffs. I mean, I think they take somewhat of a step back. The measuring stick will be totally different with their new schedule compared to what it was last year, but I think it'd be hard to imagine them taking such a step back that they miss out on the postseason. And yeah, like you said, what feels like a two-horse race.
Also, though, look at who didn't make the playoffs. Like, who is not going to make it so that they can make it again? Like, Chiefs didn't make it. Bengals didn't make it. Ravens didn't make it. How do those guys get back into the playoff mix and New England stays in? Because, I mean, they're fighting the Bills. Are they going to win the division? Then they're fighting for a wild card spot. It's a tough spot to be in.
The chips could not have fallen more perfectly for New England this past year.
So, as we await any transactions related to the Titans, we understand that wide receiver is a need. At this point, Robert, I don't even know why I'm trying to talk about anything. We've got another deal.
Stop! Tampa Town!
The Raiders and cornerback Eric Stokes, according to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, have agreed to a 3-year, $30 million deal, keeping the former first-round pick in Las Vegas. $20 million guaranteed. He has David Mulugeta.
Oh, that was a re-signing. That doesn't count.
First.
That doesn't count. They already had him. That doesn't count.
Well, the Colts already had Pierce.
No, well, that was a big one. That one.
Titans need a corner.
That one definitely counted. That one didn't count.
There is reporting as well that the 49ers are now reportedly open to trade left tackle Trent Williams.
We got a report before we broke at the top of the hour that said little progress was made in the form of a restructure or an extension for him, and something has to give. What would the trade compensation look like for I was only 38?
He'll be 38 in July, so week one, a 38-year-old left tackle. What does that look like?
Oh, no. Did Twitter just crash? Please don't do this to me.
Elon.
Don't do this to me. Oh,
Elon.
no, it crashed.
I feel like this happened last year.
Elon.
Can you guys
No.
Don't do this to us now. Can anybody else get in? Can anybody else see anything? Can you update
I'm good. I've got stuff from 3
I've got
seconds ago.
TweetDeck up, and
I feel so naked.
Nothing is updating for me right now.
No.
I don't think that's a good sign.
Elon, you can't do this to us.
Well, luckily we have phone calls, 615-737-1045, because we plan nothing for the show today other than we'll read tweets on the air, and that'll be the show.
Shut up.
Joke's on you guys.
Tampering time.
Caden is in Texas up next.
Tampa time.
Oh, Jesus.
Exceptional.
Boom, boom, boom.
You there, Caden?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't know that was my introduction. How y'all doing this morning, guys?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing great, other than Twitter crashing. That sucks.
What do you got?
I would say my two biggest free agents, I have two. One coming off just of, I guess, an ownership standpoint of how this makes them look. Tyler Lindenbaum at center, obviously. That is the biggest one, in my opinion, that we need as of right now. And then I would say my second one would be JSM. Is like how close of connections can we be with somebody? And if he doesn't come with us, what does that say about our situation in our organization? If everything seems so right.
Who's the second player?
JFM, the D tackle out of Denver.
Oh, John. Okay, I'm
John
sorry.
Franklin, JFM.
Okay, your
not
phone.
JSN.
Yeah, it sounded like Jackson Smith and Jigsaw. I was about to.
Okay.
No.
Wait, what?
I also heard JSN.
Okay, very good.
That makes more sense.
John Franklin Myers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for the call. We appreciate it. All right, we got there with
Yes,
Caden.
those would be two good fits, you would think.
So
Somebody fix Twitter.
All right, we got to get under the hood here during this break of Robert's Twitter.
All right, we will take a quick commercial pause. Hopefully, Elon can get the NFL world right again because the insiders are putting out information that nobody's seeing because, of course, on the day that we need you, Elon, you let us down again.
Tampa time. It's tampering time! Tampering headlines with Lucas Panzika!
So far, the biggest deal of the legal tampering window is a retention. As we mentioned, the Colts are retaining wide receiver Alec Pierce, 4 years, $116 million, $60 million fully guaranteed at signing, $84 million in total guarantees. We know that Eric Stokes will be retained by the Las Vegas Raiders. That is a 3-year, $30 million deal, $20 million guaranteed. I saw Austin Stanley pointing out on Twitter that looks like a positive sign for the Titans corner market. He points out that Logan Ryan signed basically the same deal with the Titans almost a decade ago. Also crazy that was almost a decade ago.
I mean, yeah, it's been that long. Logan Ryan was 2017, 2018. Was that Vrabel's first year? Because I don't think Logan Ryan, was he on that Mike Mularkey team in 2017? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think 17 was Ryan's first season.
Was
here.
it? Okay. I'm mixing up my years because maybe 18 is when they got Malcolm.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Okay. Either way. So, yes, a position to keep an eye on with the cornerback market. So Titans, edge, wide receiver, corner, top of the list, center.
Center. Yeah.
Above all else.
Where are we putting guard?
Even if it costs you $25 million a year.
Don't have really a right guard right now, unless you're going to roll with Jackson Slater.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big one.
Stop! Tampa time! First domino for the Titans. Former Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
A payday and a new home for Super Bowl MVP. Deal negotiated by David Cantor and someone else.
All right, there goes the Chiefs trade up to 4 for love scenario.
Before we see money, what are we thinking? Franchise tag was at $14 million.
He's got to at least get 13 and a half.
That's what I'm thinking.
4-year deal?
Do we have the
Are we assuming it's a 4-year deal?
I would just because the way running back contracts are structured. James Cook got 12 last year. I believe it was 4 for 48. So it would make sense if he got just a hair above what the market was last year.
So, Love at 4.
Love at foresight.
The Titans are falling in love.
Man, that really did feel like the most feasible. It's so early, but there's weeks where guys can rise and fall, and there can be new feasible scenarios. But right now, that felt like the most feasible. Kansas City has 2 first-round picks because of the McDuffie trade, has that need at running back. For them to trade up to 4 to get Jeremiah Love felt very on the table, but not so much anymore.
Tampa time. No, it's just
sprinkling
just
them in.
accenting it.
Sprinkling them in.
Okay, you can understand my confusion. So it comes with the music.
The music
when
means
there's
something
news.
is happening.
Okay.
If you hear the whoa, oh, oh, oh,
Is this the most producing, actual production work you've ever done in your life?
No,
And it's you making a bunch of funny noises into a microphone?
not even close.
Tamper time is like his version of Lil Jon yelling what in a song.
Yeah.
Just
Tampa time.
It reminds me of Timmy from South Park.
Tampa time.
Can you say it with the drop at the same time?
3, 2, 1.
Tampa time.
Yeah, I love it.
So, Kenneth Walker off the board, trade partner, maybe not completely off the board, but a trade partner that you could have make a lot of sense in the Kansas City Chiefs for the services of Jeremiah Love with the 4th overall pick. That seems to be at least one avenue that is closed. So again, we are learning more about the strategy of the Titans based on how this situation plays out. Now, it never felt like they were a front runner for Kenneth Walker, but that it was an option to them and an option that they were at least ready to explore. That's the best running back situation they've had since Kareem Hunt the first time, right?
Yeah, I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire
had a moment.
Not
really.
Didn't last very long, but there was a moment where it looked like they were very justified in using a first-round pick on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but it fizzled quickly.
Yeah, so this is a different kind of a running back, obviously, who's got dual threat capabilities, very patient in the way that he goes about it. They've got a solid offensive line group in Kansas City. They are ready for a running back, for a big swing at running back. The question is, okay, are the Titans going to put themselves in a position this offseason to make the idea of Jeremiah Love more palatable?
What else do you need, Kansas City?
Kansas City needs probably
an edge rusher.
Well, they need corners.
Don't you want a corner? Don't you want to trade up to 4 and make sure that you get Mansour Delane and nobody else does? Maybe Jamal McCoy. Kenneth Walker has
I don't like
tweeted.
that voice at all. I like that less than your singing.
Kenneth Walker has confirmed the trade with mock-ups of him in a Chiefs jersey. Tampa time. Oh, man.
Does this mean that Tony Pollard is safe? Or would you say that has not yet been decided?
Like in terms of a trade?
In terms of being released, being replaced, being like if they sign Love, do you think they'd get rid of him? How safe do you think Tony Pollard is after the signing of Walker?
Just a speculative guess, I would say Tony's more likely safe than not.
I'd say it's likely that Tony Pollard is on the Titans roster.
Yeah.
In 2026.
By percentage chance. Now,
the cap hit's like $9.2 million.
It's really palatable, especially because he's a good to slightly above average player.
Yes.
That's fine. You don't have enough of those to where you're throwing them away. That's different than Sweat and Brownlee, who are not yet consistently good players. I trust Tony Pollard that he's the kind of player that they want here. Now, watch, they'll turn around after I've said that, and they'll release him or something like that. But I do think that there was maybe a chance that Tony Pollard got cut. I just didn't think it was a very big one. And it's not done yet, so we'll see. But I would be surprised if they end up releasing him. Something else that I want to talk about as we await more news is, did you see this reporting from Albert Breer? Did you read his notebook, either of you, this morning?
No.
We talked about it this morning on Fox. How about this? The Colts offered quarterback Daniel Jones a contract similar to the one Sam Darnold signed with the Seahawks. So that's 3 years, just north of 100.5. Daniel Jones's representation countered and offered a deal which would pay him around $50 million per year, as opposed to what Sam Darnold's making.
Woof.
But who is Daniel Jones wrong for doing that? Because the average of the top 5 quarterback salaries right now, and I'm not saying Daniel Jones is a top 5 player, but just, one of these guys who's next in line to make 35 plus. The average of the top 5 quarterback salaries right now is 56.5. So if he comes in $6 million under the top 5 average in a situation where, well, what else are you going to do at quarterback, Indy? What are they going to do? They don't have a shot at Ty Simpson. They're going to go get Kyler. I'm the best option you've got. Snapped fibula, torn Achilles and all. And that's why they're still trying. They transition tagged him, and the reporting is that they're trying to get a long-term deal done. But I don't fault him for trying to take advantage of that situation. I don't think that number's unfair.
Are they not a team that should be in the running for the likes of Tua or Kyler, a released quarterback where their former team is taking on that dead money, and so you can take advantage of that to bring in a guy that's been a capable starter before?
Tua would make more sense than Kyler, because it sounds like even though Kyler is in a similar contract situation where Arizona's paying him to go away, Kyler's more likely than not going to want a longer-term deal. And I think, if you're Tua, your leverage for a long-term deal is non-existent. So that if Indy wanted him, it would make sense to add him there.
Oh, here's one. Robbie_Walsh on Twitter. Breaking new. Tampa time. You didn't put an S at the end of news.
That's okay.
I have signed a deal with @Hattie B's for lunch. Details to come.
Are we going for lunch?
So we'll await the terms of that deal.
It was just a joke. Just a
was
little
it?
funny, a woozy.
Not to me, it wasn't.
Oh, you're one of those today? Like one of these people that tweets a transaction on April 1st and says April Fool's afterwards?
I've been tweeting a little bit. If you want to go check it out, @Robbie_Walsh.
I've noticed that. You're still riding the high from the combine.
Well, I did like Shams Charania was reporting the Hornets are sending a 2026 second-round pick to the Heat, and I said, shut up, Shams, we're busy.
Yeah, not now. Come on.
A little decorum, please. It's very gauche.
Somebody on YouTube, it's been half an hour. The Titans haven't done anything. They're cooked, and the season is over. In parentheses, this is satire.
They brought back Morgan Cox.
Stop. Tampa time. The Bucs are re-signing tight end Cade Otton.
Oh, I thought re-signings didn't count.
It's only when you do it. Cade Otton, one of the bigger tight ends in the market, still got Dallas Goedert, Isaiah Likely, but one domino falling in the tight end market. Where does Chig rank among tight ends?
And Jonnu, who was recently released.
We have not talked about Jonnu since last we met for this show. Jonnu Smith on a 1-year deal or Chig on a 3-year deal? Which would you choose?
For the Titans?
For the Titans.
Do your parameters again?
Jonnu for 1, let's say 1 year 9.
He's 30, will be 31 this coming season. I think I'd say Chig. Continuity in the offense. Yeah, still a guy that can be an ascending player. Jonnu Smith just had his lowest level of productivity since his rookie year in Tennessee. I think I'd say Chig.
I wonder what they think of Chig as a player. Because I'm not down on some level of continuity for Cam, right? And you've got DK, you've got Iamaner. Theoretically, you've got Ridley, right? But there's not really, I can't say continuity when the last version of them that we saw was basically like, Calvin, I don't want to say that they got lucky because they did the thing in Arizona, but that was really the only moment that Calvin and Cam had this year of consequence that mattered.
I do think with so much change around Cam Ward that is setting up for this year, it's a factor to have a player like Chigakonkwo where there was a developed rapport in the backstretch of the season between those two.
But here's the other thing, and this is quantified in a couple of different websites. Somebody on YouTube writes, Chig is literally the worst blocking tight end in the NFL. He was quantifiably the worst blocking tight end in the NFL. Last year, he is one of the worst blocking tight ends since he's been in the league. Is that something, do you need Chig? If you're going to pay more money for Chig, is that something that, it has to be taken into consideration, right? When your price tag goes up that significantly. If you are literally the worst at your position at something that's critical, I think you have a hard time justifying bringing Chig back.
Stop! Tampa time! We've got money for Kenneth Walker in Kansas City. Jordan Schultz reporting that the Chiefs' deal with Walker is 3 years for $43.05 million and could be worth up to $45 million. He gets $28.7 million guaranteed.
What was the base again? 40 what?
3 years, just a hair over $43 million, up to $45.
That's 14.3 AAV. So, that's not even max value. Yeah.
Yeah. That's earned. That 14, almost 14 and a half.
Super Bowl MVP.
He deserves it. And especially if it's on a 3-year deal that way, you make it right with the guaranteed money. Would you have paid that for Kenneth Walker in your ideal scenario?
I don't know about that for the Titans. I feel like he needs to go.
What's the difference to you between 13 and a half and 14? 14.3. 14.33.
I don't know that I would have wanted to sign up for 13 and a half.
So what, because you said your preference was Walker in a trade back.
Yeah, if a trade back is a part of the situation, but
so
doesn't
only
really,
if a
doesn't
trade
really
back
work
is
like this.
a part of the situation. I think I still would have preferred the Jeremiah Love situation because trading back to 9 feels like the tipping point for the kind of players that you need to add to this roster in a meaningful way. And I understand that they are not in a position to be turning up draft capital. At some point, they have to start adding good players and not just hoarding draft picks to a certain extent. And I'm not accusing them of that. I'm just saying that's kind of the line in that particular situation.
If we take that up to $45 million figure, that would put Walker at 15 a year, which would tie him with Derrick Henry as the third highest paid running back on AAV.
Somebody on YouTube says Love is so much better than Walker. Well, you don't know that yet. Jeremiah Walker's never played.
That's a hilarious thing to say.
Jeremiah Walker. Ooh, what a fascinating player that would be.
That would be fun. Love is so much better than Walker, says Caribbean Daniel on YouTube. You have no idea.
It's a great thing to say about someone that's
So much better.
Still not drafted.
What?
It's also Caribbean.
What did I say?
Caribbean.
I don't know.
Is it a caramel
That's
situation?
an either or scenario.
Tampa time.
Warren Sharp points out that Kenneth Walker goes from the most run-heavy team in the NFL to the most pass-heavy team of the last 5 years in the NFL.
Out of necessity. I mean, they've not had a running game that they can lean on. And Pat, it feels like he gets in a lot of these situations where they're trailing, and he has to throw their way back into games.
Well, isn't it funny how for a minute there, the Chiefs were this model of, see, you don't have to really invest in the running back position. Look at the job they're doing with Isaiah Pacheco. They're winning Super Bowls with a 7th-round pick out of Rutgers, and now here they are paying top-of-market money to a running back.
Again, where is your team in your competitive cycle to be able to make a move like this? Because that move doesn't make sense for a lot of teams. Seattle's got to figure it out without Kenneth Walker now, and they're not going to be able to do it at $15 million.
Stop. Tampa time. Another Chiefs cornerback on the move to L.A. as cornerback Jalen Watson reached a 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Rams. He will join Trent McDuffie, who was traded for a first-round pick last week.
Man, they just are allergic to re-signing corners.
They don't need to. What in their track record says that they have to? I mean, what's the Noel kid's name that they drafted in the 3rd round last year?
Noel Williams.
Noel Williams. I'm not saying that he's going to be the next Trent McDuffie or L'Jarius Sneed when he was good or any of these other players that they've had, but they feel good enough in their process and Spags that's not a position that they prioritize on second contracts. And I'm inclined to agree with them.
By the way, Jeremy Fowler reporting that in terms of Alec Pierce staying home with the Colts, he says the Commanders made an aggressive push for Pierce. New England also was in it.
Oh, the wish I woulda group.
Yes.
Oh, we almost got him.
Yes.
Almost.
New England perpetually.
We almost had him.
How many different bidding wars in the last couple of years? And I know that this spans a couple of different administrations in New England, but New England lost out to Tennessee on DeAndre Hopkins. They lost out to Tennessee on Calvin Ridley. They are now losing out on Alec Pierce, who's re-signing to stay with the Colts, so it's a little bit of an easier situation or more likely situation, but who are they going to get to catch passes for Drake May with Stephon Diggs cut? Who's their top receiver? Pop Douglas?
Booty.
Is
Booty.
he?
Yeah, Douglas, Booty. Still have Hunter Henry, who's getting older. The buzz earlier in the week last week was that they would target another tight end to help supplement Hunter Henry.
Interesting to see the Rams get in on the market that the Chiefs do not want to be a part of, right? Because corner continues to be their need. So that's McDuffie in a sign or a trade and sign situation, and they just straight up sign the other Chiefs corner.
Do you guys know the last Chiefs secondary member that was re-signed to a second contract?
Oh, did Juan Thornhill get a secondary member generally?
Yep.
Justin Reed.
Juan Thornhill.
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
Whoa.
Legend.
What was the year that he re-signed?
I don't know.
He's
that.
a 2010 draft pick, so like 2013 or something.
That's crazy.
Oh, we got money. We got money on Jalen Watson. This is the going rate for corners now. I wonder if the Titans are going to Tampa time want to pay up for that. In the 3-year deal, 3 years, $51 million. That's probably the up to amount.
That's less than Sneed.
With $34 million guaranteed. Also, hang on, I probably have to do this again, even though it's a contract extension.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Contractually obligated. Stop. Tampa time. Similar to how Laramie Tunsil will be contractually obligated to spend the next 2 years, signing a 2-year, $60 million extension to remain in Washington. He was not a free agent. This is a 2-year extension that is tacked on to the end of his current deal. So $30 million a year for Laramie Tunsil.
Who's done it better than that guy? How many contracts has Laramie Tunsil signed?
I think this is his 3rd extension. Maybe Trent Williams would be the other guy you would argue just based off longevity.
And one of them is Tunsil is significantly younger than, he's in his 30s now.
He's 31. He'll be 32 this season.
He signed a couple of market resetting deals and lucrative extensions. He's played that situation well. We've got another one, and this one native to Robert's home state, anyway.
Stop. Tampa time. Oh, wow. Jalen Phillips, probably the belle of the ball on the defensive side of the free agency, has agreed to a 4-year, $120 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
That's
$80 million guaranteed, which means 3/4 of the years that he will be playing there. He will be playing on a guaranteed deal. A lot of money for a dude who has been hampered by injuries both in college and the NFL. He gets his big payday in the form of a $30 million AAV to go to the Carolina Panthers.
Man, what does that mean for someone like Trey Hendrickson? Different profile of player. Phillips, obviously much younger.
I mean, if Trey Hendrickson wanted 28, would you give it to him? At 31 years old on a 3-year deal? Guaranteed money up front?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably do it.
I think I
mean,
would.
hell with it. Well, you got to spend your money somewhere.
What do the Titans have brewing?
I'm telling you, it's so let's say if you picked one, let's try and determine the reaction. Well, why don't we have another commercial to take, and we can talk about who Titans fans, if you had to pick one big ticket item, who they would most want. We'd take your phone call, 615-737-1045. We can talk about it amongst ourselves. We can debate the merits of whom they are rumored to be interested in. I'm Buck Rising, 1045 The Zone.
Tampa time.
So where do trades fall in the ranking of Robert Walsh required imaging on legal tampering day? Because we do have a trade. It's Michael Pittman, which opens up $24 million in cap space for Indy, by the way. Michael Pittman to the Steelers.
Breaking sports news on 104.5 The Zone.
Sorry, I didn't have the stuff ready. Michael Pittman being traded to the Steelers for a late-round pick swap via Diana Rossini. $24 million in cap savings for the Steelers. They add another weapon for whoever the hell is going to be throwing footballs. Sorry, guys, I will get back on my grind and figure out some of these free agency deals for you.
Pittsburgh going to sign Pittman to an extension, too, according to Schefter.
You got a club going on back there. You got a bunch of stuff happening back there. Worried about you.
Tampa time.
So,
man, Pittman and Metcalf just going for sheer size up in Pittsburgh.
okay, so Kyler, giant wide receivers, tiny quarterback?
Oh, here you go, Bird.
That would be so funny. Oh, was it me?
Yeah.
Is there something happening?
Yeah.
A little something.
For who?
For you.
For you.
For me?
For you.
Is it good? I don't even see it. I don't have it. You'll have to tell me. Stop. Tampa time.
Ian Rappaport, the Ravens are signing offensive lineman John Simpson.
Dude.
3 years, $30 million.
Bigger one.
Bigger one. Go.
Stop. Tampa time.
All three of us together. Ready?
The Dolphins
are
are signing Packers quarterback Malik Willis as
a new quarterback has landed in Miami. He gets a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with $45 million
fully guaranteed.
$45 million fully
in
guaranteed.
a contract negotiated by David Mulugeta of Athletes First.
Why the hell did we sign John Simpson?
Malik to Miami, for those who just couldn't understand any of that.
Who had the John Simpson?
Rappaport.
Is he holding out on me? I got bells ringing for everybody, and I don't even see this deal. Oh, man. That's dumb. That's dumb.
Okay.
I'm upset about it.
22 and a half.
Go pout. We'll talk about Malik.
Total AAV, 22 and a half for Malik. He was projected in the 30s, man. People were acting like Malik Willis was about to make a massive deal as the top free agent quarterback, and he gets under 25 AAV.
Well, there was an overreaction, and he was viewed. I mean, he's no longer the best quarterback available, right? He's had his market undercut here by Kyler. Tua. Especially because you can get them for cheap, right? Kyler and Tua are going to could play for vet minimum next year. And so if they are better quarterback options, even if Tua, is maybe a known commodity at this point, and Kyler is one of the most confusing players in the NFL as far as, is he good or not?
Yeah. Obvious connection there with John Eric Sullivan, the GM of the Dolphins.
Very happy for Malik, by the way. Awesome.
Yeah. Very
well
cool
done
for
by
him.
Malik. Really cool to see him cash in. That's meaningful money, no matter if it is a little bit short of what some of the social media scuttlebutt was.
Jeff Hafley, former defensive coordinator of the Packers, down there as the head coach. Do we think Malik will get into a QB competition with Quinn Ewers?
Oh, we got another one.
It's happening too fast. Too fast.
Another one. This one's Burt adjacent.
Stop. Tampa time. Oh, wow. This is goes against some of the information we got over Combine weekend. But Isaiah Likely joining John Harbaugh in New York on a 3-year, $40 million contract with upside of $47.5 million guaranteed. We do not have the guaranteed money in this, but Isaiah Likely joining John Harbaugh in New York.
And there was another one, Neville Gallimore.
Yeah, we don't care about it. A nose tackle. We don't care about that.
I mean, Titans need defensive
We don't care
tackle
about
help.
that. We don't care about no daggum nose tackle. Stop. Tampa time. Oh, new stuff here. Bears are signing defensive tackle Neville Gallimore to a 2-year deal, $12 million. Deal
like this bit.
negotiated by Lift Sports. Excuse me.
Oh, man.
I do not enjoy that bit.
All right. Is Malik Willis to Miami the most interesting deal that has happened today?
I think it's Michael Pittman to the Steelers.
Not Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs?
No, because it felt like we were heading in that direction. Like they were going to get a playmaking running back this offseason, right? Whether it was going to be Love, whether it was going to be Walker, it felt like that was the direction that things were trending in for quite some time. But I'll hear you on Malik. I'm more curious by Pittsburgh's situation because I think Pittsburgh's trying to matter in 2026. Miami's just trying to get by. That team is not going to move the needle. Now, let's talk about his situation in Miami because he's not being brought in. I mean, if there's a situation where you're going to pay him $20 million a year to compete with Quinn Ewers, then you don't really believe in Malik.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is there going to be, like, what do we expect to hear from the Dolphins? That there's going to be a competition or that Malik Willis is QB1?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There will be some level of conversation about, no, we're just adding competition in the room where nothing is set in stone. They'll continue that guys through training camp, and then Malik Willis should be the week one starter. So let's talk about the fit there. Achane, but no Mike McDaniel to draw up one of the most dynamic running games in football for him anymore. They do retain Bobby Slowick from Mike McDaniel's staff.
Yeah, he's the OC.
He is now the offensive coordinator. And you have a situation where Jalen Waddle is your wide receiver one. Their offensive line situation has been, I mean, we've seen Malik behind bad offensive lines. And I'm not saying that he's the exact same player that he was when he was here. He's obviously grown and developed quite a bit since then, to his credit. 3-year, $59 million in new money for Michael Pittman.
Just a hair under $20 million a year. I think that's a deal for a guy like that, especially how wide receiver money just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So Malik ends up getting a deal much closer to what Justin Fields got with the Jets last year.
It's this year's Justin Fields.
Yeah, versus what people were projecting.
Slightly more.
$35 million a year.
And it's a 3-year deal, right? Justin Fields was 2.
Justin was 2 for 40.
So some security there for Malik. Some guaranteed money there for Malik. Less. I mean, I guess they didn't really have competition for Justin Fields last year either.
Tyrod was the backup, right?
Yeah, so they tried the Justin Fields thing. It didn't work. I don't love it as a landing spot for him. But again, I don't know what, I mean, I'm assuming that offense is going to try and look similar, but running Mike McDaniel's offense without Mike McDaniel, it's a tall task.
I worry that it's, I'm glad he got the contract, but I don't know. I'm worried that it may not end well for him.
Oh, we got a Jets signing.
Time. Jets signing former Bengals pass rusher Joseph Asai.
Not the Bengals pass rusher that you want, but the other one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Still not a bad player. Kind of blossomed in the last year of his deal, but really an incomplete game, but still working on it. Not a bad signing by the Jets to get a rotational guy.
Oh, another corner off the board. Time. Cameron Wolfe. The Vikings have agreed to terms with cornerback James Pierre on a 2-year, $8.5 million deal, $3.7 million guaranteed.
Okay.
So corners are flying.
What was the money on that?
2 years, $8.5.
Okay, so that's the bottom end of the cornerback market.
Yes.
You saw Jalen Watson. He's getting 17 AAV. I feel like that's the top.
Stokes 10.
So finding where guys land in the middle of that. You got a number of dudes who are reaching their first non-rookie contract deal in Greg Newsome. What's the dude's name in Cincinnati? Dadgummit. Either way, bunch of corners coming of age.
So we're not even through the first hour, but there have been a number of transactions, none of them involving the Titans. We will keep you.
There's been one.
Oh.
Do not disparage special teams.
Yeah.
Shout out Morgan Cox.
Tampa time.
How bothered do you think Titans fans are right now?
It feels like this happens every year.
I know, it's my favorite.
It's like if you're not one of the first deals out there, like, what are we doing? We're just sitting on our hands. They're not even doing anything over there.
That somebody already tweeted, even if it's just one person, one sad, miserable person on the internet tweeting that he's out on Mike Borgonza because the first hour didn't go down the way that he wanted to. I love that so much. All right. The final hour of the show. Will anything happen? Find out.
12:04, good afternoon from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Down studio. I'm Lucas Panzica. Legal tampering is open in the NFL, and the deals are flying. Nothing reported yet around the Tennessee Titans. The team did put out a transaction that they are re-signing long snapper Morgan Cox on a one-year deal. But here is the absolute latest across the NFL. Malik Willis, one of the biggest free agent names on the market, is headed to Miami. 3-year deal, $67.5 million, $45 million in guarantees. Wide receiver Michael Pittman has been traded from Indianapolis to Pittsburgh for a late-round pick swap per reports. Edge rusher Jalen Phillips headed to Carolina. 4 years, $120 million, $80 million in guaranteed money. Super Bowl MVP running back Kenneth Walker headed to Kansas City on a 3-year deal up to $45 million, $28.7 million in guarantees. And one of the big wide receivers in free agency, Alec Pierce, is staying home in Indianapolis. He signs a 4-year deal, $116 million, $84 million in total guarantees. And there is some Titans news. Mike Garafolo reporting that the Titans have agreed to terms on a 2-year deal with quarterback Mitchell Trubisky to come in as QB2 behind Cam Ward. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Mike Borgonzi's here, and he's in effect. Want you to push it back, tampering by day, then at night, writing all the checks. Come on board, let's go show the league that we know how to become number one in the tampering show. Now tamper. Tamper. Tamper good. Tamper. Tamper real good.
The final hour is upon us, and by God, we've got breaking Titans news.
That might be the best one, by the way. The most, on the beat of all of the ones we've played so far.
So, it depends on how you value the position that we talked about. One of my top 5 priorities for the Titans this offseason was quarterback. You get Mitch Trubisky as your backup quarterback on a 2-year deal. That is the first transaction that comes across. That is listen, this is the kind of signing. I'm not saying that you should feel one way or the other about it, but Mitch Trubisky is a quality backup quarterback with starting experience in the league. You need that if you're going to be viable over the course of 17 regular season games. That also means bye-bye Will Levis. That's the first thing that means. That's as significant a transaction as any, because Will was already thought to be trade bait. Now you're just saying, yeah, we're good.
There is a connection there.
Yeah, Dable,
2021.
It's another Buffalo import.
If Brian Dable was a voice in the room wanting Mitch Trubisky as his backup, then I'm good with it. Don't have the money yet. I guess the money matters to an extent, and I would imagine what's your average backup quarterback making right now?
Like 5 to 8 mil.
Yeah, I was going to say 5-ish.
If he comes in, by the way, we're going to talk a little bit more about Mitch Trubisky, and then we'll have Robert rapid fire update some of the rest of the transactions that are coming down. If there's anything that's hugely consequential, we'll do that. But now, okay, are you cutting Will Levis? Or are you going to flip him for a 7th? Because your leverage is gone. You've already got the backup quarterback in.
Are we going to watch Will Levis play preseason football for the Titans?
Yeah, at least one. I would think so. There's no sense in... I mean, unless somebody makes you a compelling enough offer, but who would even be that team right now for Will Levis prior to next month's draft?
Rookie 18 on the F&M Bank chat, where you can hang out, by the way. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Titans fans are pouring in. Levis to the Chiefs, Steelers, or Jets, he says.
Chiefs. Minshew's not back there, right?
I don't know if he's a free agent.
And they have the other quarterback that started here.
Oladokun.
Well, I guess he didn't start, but he did play Chris Oladokun.
Yes, the South Dakota State Jackrabbit.
He signed a 1-year deal in Gardner Minshew last year, so he is a free agent.
But didn't he tear his ACL?
I believe that's correct.
No. Are you talking about Minshew?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Didn't they come out
Minshew
afterwards?
did not tear his ACL.
Oh, we thought he did.
We thought he did in the game. It was later revealed to not be a torn ACL.
Right.
I can't remember the exact injury. But, okay, so it's probably not as flashy as you want it to be, and it doesn't mean that you're done, right? You're not just signing Mitch Trubisky like I see immediately, Titans
A long
fans.
snapper and a backup quarterback. There you go.
You'll take your socks for Christmas and you'll like it, damn
But
it.
so what if it's a center at 22? And I mean, we'll see what happens with Linderbaum because it sounds like Washington really wants to pay him. It sounds like Vegas, who has more money than anybody, wants to overpay him. And it sounds like Tennessee is not going to outbid people for Tyler Linderbaum's services. But what if it's Wan'Dale Robinson and just a bunch of dudes? Isn't that what free agency is probably going to be every year for them? If they're doing this the way they want to do it.
Yeah, not going to sign a lot of centerpiece foundational players in free agency. It's just you've got the money to make those splash moves. So fans will expect it to an extent. It is worth saying that the guys that were most commonly projected to the Titans, like Wan'Dale Robinson, John Franklin Myers, the guys that have felt like as close to foregone conclusions as you can get, are still out there. There's nothing on those guys yet.
So with that, it comes down to the kind of teams that will trade for Will Levis and what you can actually get back for him. Because there was never a scenario. I mean, we talked about this trade scenario that Kyle Krabs, who is formerly a Dolphins beat writer, he's now doing some work for A to Z, posed about buying up a pick, trading the Titans' 4th-round pick and 7th-round pick, or excuse me, 4th and 6th with Will Levis to the Dolphins for their 3rd. Which was never going to happen.
Can we get some music, Robert?
Now tamper. Tamper. Tamper good. Tamper. Tamper real good.
Kenneth Gainwell, probably the best offensive player for the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, is headed to Tampa on a 2-year, $14 million deal with $10 million in guaranteed money.
More like Tamper Bay.
That's good. I like that.
But a plethora of other deals coming through. Buck must be busy looking at something.
I'm tweeting.
I figured you had something to do. The Jets making a flurry of additions. They've added Kingsley Enagbare, pass rusher, on a 1-year, $10 million deal, and Demario Davis on a I don't have the money in front of me.
2-year, 22.
22. So 11 a year for Demario Davis, who is old.
He's getting up there.
But can still smack dudes around in the backfield.
37.
So, as we sit here...
What is with the Saints and these 37-year-old dudes that just don't miss games?
Yeah, what did they get on their sports science, strength and conditioning recovery situation?
Like, he's just as healthy as Cam Jordan has been.
They have had, for as bad as their cap situation, they've gotten nobody can deny that they've gotten the most out of the players that have been there for that period of time.
No, they weren't perfect. Trey Hendrickson didn't really pop there, but he's still out there.
Yeah, that is going to be the biggest situation to monitor outside of Tyler Linderbaum and Wan'Dale Robinson. So those are the 3 names that you're going to continue to hear, whether the Titans sign all of them, whether the Titans sign one of them or 2 of them, is something that it seems they're going to make us wait it out a little bit. But that means that there are ongoing conversations about those players with their representation about who's going to pay them what. And that is the kind of circumstance that you have to decide, do you want to get in a bidding war? Because you do have money. But what is it worth to you? Mike Borgonzi at every turn. Lucas, I went back and watched some clips of Mike Borgonzi just to kind of refresh some of the talking points from the combine and press conferences and things like that about where his words might take us in the middle of all this. And he kept talking about the discipline that it takes to not get caught up in free agency. He said he was sitting down with Tom Pelissero at the combine. He said, I don't care what the number, regardless of what the cap number is every year. It's about discipline to make sure that you don't go crazy in free agency because your cap space is for the players that you draft and develop with a means to retain. Is this a situation where they are going to prioritize their guys first and foremost? We talked about Skoronski. We talked about Jeff. And if there's one big splash player, is that enough for Titans fans? Or are they expecting them, no, spend all the cap space. You have all the cap space. Look at New England. They did it too. You idiots. Do it again.
So, somewhere in the middle, I would say. But, yeah, I mean, fans crave that breaking news
Dopamine
hitting
hit,
on
yeah.
these dopamine hits. But it is right. I mean, this kind of encapsulates it in the F&M Bank chat. Tennessee Tim says, Hendrickson, please, spelled PLZ with a million Z's. The next comment from Darquan Neal.
No way you said that right.
Says, no Hendrickson, please. Does not want Trey Hendrickson.
What's the price point at which we would all say no to Trey Hendrickson?
Oh.
Because I'm good. So if the top of the market right now is making $47 a year, and Trey Hendrickson is somebody who has led the league in sacks twice, not most recently, he's dealing with injury, or has dealt with injury in his most recent season. 47 is the top of the market. There's a 31-year-old player looking for security that his last franchise wouldn't give him. So if we went on an average annual value basis, the don't go past this point number for me would be 32. For where he is and where they are, if they're actually going to be in the market for him, because, again, they're not really in a competitive window yet where a 31-year-old pass rusher is going to put him over the top. Right now, they're trying to figure things out. Man. I would ideally, it would be 28. That may not be worth it to him. He may just want to go somewhere and win. And I don't think that that's happening immediately here. I'm not saying that it's impossible for the Titans to be one of these turnaround teams, but there's still a lot of work that has to be done here. And primarily it's going to be done through the draft with young players that's going to take time.
I'm good with over 30. If there's one area to overpay.
Okay, but how much over 30? If I'm stopping at 32, are you going past 32?
I'll stop at 35.
35.
You got some extra cash in the back pocket.
35.
Dig it up from under the couch.
No, you don't need to. Your cup runneth over. Mike Borgonzi is basically what's the cartoon with the duck diving into the bank? Scrooge McDuck.
There you go.
Scrooge McDuck.
Which would break your neck, by the way.
DuckTales.
You cannot jump into coins.
Very
like
unrealistic.
It's a pool.
I mean, think about that. If you're bringing in Trey Hendrickson, pairing up with Jermaine Johnson, you're drafting an edge rusher, and you have guys like Jalen Harrell and Femi Oladipo as developmental depth pieces, suddenly you're feeling a whole lot better about your pass rusher group around Jeffrey Simmons, who could very well be next to a guy like John Franklin Myers, who's coming off a very productive season on the interior.
Are we doing punter news today?
Hell yeah, we are.
Tampa time. We've got a number of them, but you have a new highest paid punter in the league. Was hoping the Ravens would be able to retain him, but they were not, as Jordan Stout is also following John Harbaugh to New York, signing a 3-year, $12.3 million deal, making him the NFL's highest paid punter. We've also got a number of smaller deals to note. Lions linebacker Alex Anzalone is signing a 2-year, $17 million deal to go to the Buccaneers. The Patriots are signing fullback Reggie Gilliam to a 3-year deal worth up to $12 million, and we had one more, I thought. Nope, that was it.
Do we think the Titans just end up bringing back both Joey Sly and Johnny Hekker?
I don't know about Sly. How do we feel about the Sly experience? Because he definitely wasn't an upgrade over Nick Folk. Nick Folk, who hit, I don't know, what did he hit, a 54-yarder or something like that? And everybody freaked out about, oh, he's done, he's washed, is he? He's still doing it, but he's doing it for the Jets.
Stop! Tampa time. Yeah, we have a new highest paid punter in the league. Former Vikings punter Ryan Wright. 4 years, $14 million. $8 million guaranteed to the Saints.
You're right. The price for punting just went up. I mean, Hekker was here at the facility at Robert Sala's press conference. I don't remember seeing
You're
Sly.
100% right. He's not the new highest paid punter. Joseph came in here like, it just happened. There's a new highest paid punter. But Jordan Stout was a 3-year deal. Ryan Wright is a 4-year deal. So it is less AAV. Joseph, don't ever come in here during legal tampering and tell me a deal. This is a new highest paid punter.
Did he just run in here from the production room to tell you that you were wrong?
Hey, this is, as soon as you read that, there's a new highest paid punter.
Joseph
I
is
thought something had happened to the board back there. I thought there was like a production issue. I thought there was something of actual urgency.
Joseph is maybe he's always the first person to run or text you when you say something that may be somewhat inaccurate.
Well, also, I have like 17 people's notifications on. Like, I'm going to see the deals. There's a new highest paid punter. Shut up. Shut up.
You know, more than anybody whose voice you attribute that to, that sounds like Joseph more than anybody else. Little too low pitched, a little too much bass in that voice.
You don't get to make fun of him. He's a producer with me. I get to make fun of him. You don't get to make fun of him.
Congrats to Joseph and his lovely wife, Alyssa, who are expecting.
Oh,
Yeah, very
fun.
cool.
Yes,
Okay.
their child will be the new highest paid punter, apparently.
So,
Tampa time.
what if it ends up being... It would be so fitting if we made such a big deal about how much fun and how much news there's going to be during free agency. And the free agent news that we get is the long snapper and the punter, tamper time. Or the long snapper and the backup quarterback.
Important.
Sure.
Titans legend Austin Hooper is going back to Atlanta, where he was drafted on a 1-year, $3.25 million deal. He's bounced around quite a bit.
He has. So, Mitch Trubisky, Morgan Cox, those are two needs, whatever you want to make of the
They
importance
are.
of them.
Those two boxes checked.
They are things that they needed this offseason, okay? Where were the two of you? Where did the two of you rank backup quarterback on your list of Titans offseason needs when we went and ranked them 1 through 12? Because, again, mine was at 5, and I think this satisfies that.
I probably had it somewhere around.
I know the two of you were definitely lower than I was.
It was like 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It was lower for me.
Why were you lower on the idea of a backup quarterback than I was?
Because I feel like they would be able to find a good backup quarterback. There's not a shortage of them like there is for edge, corner, interior offensive line, wide receiver. Like there's a number of backup quarterbacks that either are or will become available before the start of the season.
And in my mind, that conversation was about what do the Titans need to get back to a place of meaningful competitiveness?
I do think that they need a backup quarterback to get back to a place of meaningful competitiveness because
yeah, they need everything.
Well, but what I'm saying
but
is
that was lower than edge and receiver
Sure.
and cornerback and all these other things.
But I do think that if again, I'm not wishing for anything to happen to Cam Ward, but if you made me bet, and this would be kind of a dark thing to bet on, but the idea that Cam is again going to start 17 games in a regular season, I'd tell you no. That is a very low percentage chance of something that would happen. I think they need somebody who's going to be able to come in spot duty, who can also help Cam Ward along in the process of this offense and give them a couple of wins if need be. Because when's the last time they've had a backup quarterback that could do that? Are you counting Mason Rudolph?
Tannehill.
Yeah,
Started
Tannehill.
Levis.
We've got more cornerback news that we can get to on the other side.
Next. Welcome back to the show. Fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken, the best hot chicken in the world. Free agency makes me hungry. If it makes you hungry, Hattie B's is a great way to solve that problem. You can mobile order it to your office or your home. You can visit anyone.
Here it is, Titans fans. It's what you've been waiting on. No backup quarterback, no long snapper. This is the real deal. This is a weapon for Cam Ward. This is the difference maker you wanted. Are you ready for it? Come on! Daniel Bellinger, tight end to the Titans.
Big man.
You're so wrong for that.
Big man, Daniel Bellinger.
Oh, I should have thrown the Giants in there. The Giants weapon. Oh. The Giants weapon you've been waiting for.
It was right there
Coming
for
off
you.
a career high.
I mean, he is. He is. These are all factually accurate things.
286 yards.
Somebody in the chat said, bleach, please.
Make it a double.
Oh, calm down out there.
I love this. This may be a more fun free agency show than if they'd signed all the big deals all at once while we were on the air.
Oh, guys, we have a mystery signing. Schefter is really leaving us hanging on this one. Another punter deal. Former Dolphins punter Jake Bailey is signing a 3-year, $9 million deal that includes $5 million fully guaranteed. To who, Adam? That was the end of the tweet.
Left it?
He just didn't even say who they're signing with. From the Pat McAfee show, another punter deal. Jake Bailey, $3 million a year.
McAfee's just getting all the punter news.
Stay tuned for who the hell signed him.
We teased some corner news. Amik Robertson, the former Lion, is headed to Washington on a 2-year, $16 million deal. So, I mean, that's Stokes, Robertson, Watson, missing one. Multiple corners off the board.
All right, so Jake Bellinger.
Daniel.
Whatever. Daniel Bellinger.
Big center coming off the board. Stop. Tampa time. Former Tennessee Vol, Cade Mays, signing a 3-year deal. Come on now. Go to the Lions. Remember Frank Ragnow retired, tried to come back. They needed a new center. They fill that with former Carolina Panthers center Cade Mays.
$25 million.
Bellinger,
for the full deal, yes.
Bellinger mean the end of Chig? It should.
Probably. Pairs up with Helm.
Better blocking tight. Why is Sam Phelan tweeting Titans news? Is he doing Titan stuff again? I just noticed that.
He's allowed to tweet.
No, I know. I thought he was doing like White Sox stuff now. Anyway.
He's allowed to tweet.
Titans have socks too. He's allowed to tweet.
Okay. I was just confused. All right. So, Chig out, Bellinger in, better blocking tight end, less explosive. Are you willing to make that trade-off if Gunnar Helm is your tight end one? I would say yes. Gunnar Helm is not the same kind of player as Chig. You could still use one of those move tight ends in this offense, but they are going more towards the identity of how they want to run the football. Bellinger would be a Mark IV, the drafting of Jeremiah Love, I almost said Jordan, at number 4 overall. So Wan'Dale Robinson, John Franklin Myers, Tyler Linderbaum,
Trey Hendrickson.
None of them have been reported anywhere just yet. Those are 4 very big names across this offseason, not just for the Titans. The likelihood that the Titans would be in the mix. So now, let's talk about this within the context of Cade Mays. Say they don't get Linderbaum. Say Washington outbids them. Say Vegas outbids them. Does that mean they have to invest a high draft pick? Maybe this is their plan the entire time, but that means they have to invest a reasonably high draft pick in the center position. You can't just leave this up to chance. And I'm not knocking Corey Levin or anything like that, but it can't just be Corey. Like, you have to have something else to supplement that.
And it's okay for Corey Levin to be a backup. Like, I think just because someone was good here doesn't mean they'd be good in general, right? Like, he played well for who he is.
He's solid.
And where he is, but that doesn't mean that he's a starting caliber center. He can get you by in a pinch. It's good to have depth. Same argument we made last week about Marcus Harris if they inevitably sign another corner that puts him in the depth. It's okay for you to be okay. You don't have to be great. And it's okay to recognize that some of these guys aren't starting quality.
And the Titans were never, it should be said, I know they haven't made as many moves, or not as many moves have been reported as Titans fans would like and are seeking in a moment like this where fan bases across the country are all just furiously refreshing their phones. But the Titans were never going to come in here with a wave of big deal after big deal after big deal, right?
No, at every turn.
It's not been their modus operandi that they've put out there.
Just had to get that in, did you?
Tampa time.
Perfectly common phrase.
Yeah, at every turn.
Stop. Tampa time. 3-year, $40 million for former Seahawks standout safety Kobe Bryant as he is headed to the Bears.
KB, where you at?
Well, he's down the road at Lipscomb. He's training.
Bring him home.
He's already here.
Come on inside. Get out of the yard and come on in here and eat.
Yeah.
We got vittles on the table. KB, go ahead and sign back with the Titans. We need to sign that boy to a record deal.
Remember those chunky soup commercials where like LT is like playing outside and his mom calls him in to come eat some soup?
Come on back in. If you're KB, though, you don't want to come back here, right? You want to go and try and win something. And I know it's home, right? And maybe at the end of the day, you just like to be closer to family. And I don't know that his family didn't pick up and spend at least part of the season in Chicago with him these last couple of years, or Philadelphia before that. Maybe there is something to be said about that because they do need safety depth. But, if I was Kevin Byard, I would like to explore more viable options that get me closer to a ring at this point in my career. And Tennessee, while they aspire to that, are quite far away from that.
Nick Folk off the board.
Already, Titans legend.
Stop. Tampa time. Yeah, we got an update on that. Titans legend Nick Folk headed to the Falcons on a 2-year deal at 41. Folk is back for his 20th season, and Schefter also updated the punter deal. Not only are they getting a kicker, they're getting a punter. Jake Bailey, 3 years, $9 million, fully guaranteed to go to the Falcons. Fully refurbished special teams room in the NFC South.
All right, Folk, 2-year deal at 41.
I see you.
I mean, listen.
Geezer alert.
He and Geno Smith, you tried to write them off. They didn't write back. Why don't we take a break here? And why don't we continue to update you with the latest in free agency? Because we still have a little more rather than 20 minutes to go before the show ends.
Did you do polls?
No. I didn't think that was necessary, did I? If we had done polls, they would have been presented by Two Rivers Ford. More free agency updates next.
Tampa time.
Welcome back to the show. Last call for phone calls, if you got them. So we are nearly 2 hours into the legal tampering period, and your Titans free agent acquisitions / re-signings look like so. Morgan Cox brought back on a 1-year deal. Mitch Trubisky, backup quarterback, 2-year deal. Still awaiting money on Mitch Trubisky, if I'm not mistaken. And then additional details on tight end Daniel Bellinger, another former Brian Dable player, to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
I hate this team.
Is that how Titans fans feel?
Judging by the reactions on Twitter and the YouTube chat, I think that would be fair.
Okay, but the internet people are not real. Like, they are, we love you, but you're not real people. Like, you are not indicative of the larger reaction of Titans fans. If I told, okay, so let's try and discern a theme here from the 3 players that we have so far. Again, understanding that they're not done and they have the assets to make a move for a big ticket item here, whether they do that today or tomorrow, depending on how negotiations are going with other teams who are bidding on these players. What is the biggest theme that you can obtain from the Titans' current acquisitions? It's really 2, right? Because Morgan Cox, special teams player, fine player, legendary player, VFL, all the things, but we're not going to count it. So the tight end, number 2, and the quarterback, number 2.
A fit for Dable.
That is my biggest takeaway, is that they're very clearly listening to him. Now, of course, they will continue to listen to all their coaches, right? The coaches put together, what did Borgonzi said? They put together free agent profiles and draft profiles or player prototypes for what they're looking for the respective defense, offense, special teams, things of that nature. But these are very clearly players to, okay, let's jumpstart the offense in as many different ways as we can with players who know it. You weren't here on Friday, Lucas, when we talked about the idea of Wan'Dale Robinson being a much higher-end version of what Tyler Boyd was supposed to be. We also did not think that they would just continue to add pieces and parts from the Giants or Bills offense from Dable crossover, but that's where they're at right now. So you've got one player to help Cam learn the offense, learn the language. You've got another player as a security blanket plus value as a blocker that you did not have. Oh. Here we go.
Stop. Tampa time.
Free agent center Tyler Linderbaum has reached an agreement on a record deal with the Raiders, who are awarding him a 3-year, $81 million deal, including $60 million guaranteed. He is the highest paid interior offensive lineman in NFL history. Are these sad tears? Yeah, I think these are sad tears.
Zach back here was like Linderbaum to the Ravens, but he said Raider.
Oh, did he misspeak? Did he accidentally say Ravens? He's going to the Raiders.
I still love him.
Okay, but for 27? Guys, that's $27 million a year.
That's not your money.
No, I know, but like, we thought 22 was going to be high.
That's just the top end, though.
Didn't they just draft a center? I mean, I know Kubiak didn't.
Johnson.
And they moved him out of position, right?
Yeah, Jordan Meredith was their center last year.
You know what?
I'm the top of the money.
All right, relax back there. I'm good on them not paying $27 million for a center.
Talk about the Titans.
Yeah, I'm okay. That is a giant sum of money. And you were never going to outbid. Like, I'm okay with you not getting into a bidding war with Vegas on that. You weren't going to win that. They absolutely have to spend to get to the cap floor at this point. You are there with the second most available cap space, but at that point, just go find your own.
Stoney Keeley in the FNM Bank chat, which, by the way, if you're hanging out on YouTube, which many of you are during legal tampering, be sure to go on and hit subscribe and like the video while you're there. Stoney says Fernando Mendoza doing cartwheels right now.
And should be. That is, I mean, again, at some point I'm going to stop getting sticker shock. Oh, also, we have a situation that may play into the Jeremiah Love pursuit for the Titans. An additional tampering situation, if you would.
You don't get songs.
Play the song.
Tampa time.
Tyler Algier is signing with the Cardinals. So that takes them off the... Not that I don't know that Jeremiah Love would go 3, but that takes them out of the Jeremiah Love market. 2 years, 12.
James Conner, still under contract. He's coming off an injury.
Didn't they restructure his deal yesterday? I saw.
How about this?
Correct.
From Greg Allman, who covers the Tampa Bay Bucks. Teams have offered Mike Evans north of $27 million per year. According to Greg Allman of Fox Sports.
No, thank you.
That is big money.
I'm okay on that.
For a dude who is
he's a Hall of Fame
Hall
player.
of Famer. But we're talking about 2 straight years of hamstring issues.
Would you rather pay Wan'Dale Robinson $27 million?
No. Listen, I would have been fine.
Would you rather pay Wan'Dale Robinson or Mike Evans $27 million?
In a vacuum.
Yeah, straight up.
Mike Evans. But I'm just doing that based off his career.
Yeah,
I'm not even doing that. Like, that's tough. Because, I'm doing that for what Mike Evans has been, not for what Mike Evans will be.
Yeah.
And also, he's just a more prototypical wide receiver 1. Wan'Dale Robinson making that kind of money at 5'8", I'm sorry. There's just going to be moments where he's at a disadvantage. If I'm paying that kind of money, again, top of tier 2 money, there can't be that many limitations to the player, and that player clearly has a very specific fit in this offense, which clearly they're catering to, based on the 2 moves that they've made, the 2 meaningful moves that they've made. Yeah, I have a hard time with... I would have had a hard time with 25. I would have rather paid 27 to Linderbaum than either of them, if I'm being honest.
It feels weird, but if we're doing that in a vacuum, I think I'm leaning Wan'Dale over Mike Evans.
Over Mike Evans?
Yeah.
I just have a really hard time with that.
You can have a hard time with both.
He's had one objectively great season.
And he's coming off of it.
And that's a contract year situation.
Yeah, and that is the Dable connection that the Titans have obviously exercised here. And the Mike Evans trend over the last season and a half, let's say, would not fall under what has been Borgonzi's modus operandi in bringing in players that have avoided recent injuries.
So Wan'Dale Robinson, John Franklin Myers, Trey Hendrickson, all names that are still available on the board. Mike Evans still available on the board. What other top free agents are we missing here that are worth knowing at this point in time?
Who's the best available corner?
Apparently, the Ravens did make a strong offer early to retain them. It was a 3-year term that they would not match. So, interesting. So they didn't want to go for that short of a deal. Is that how that tweet reads from Rappaport?
Well, it would make sense, too. He's 25. This contract would put him out at 28. He would get another bite of the apple, get a third contract. That. His agent played this the right way. You get a ton of guaranteed money. If the Raiders get in cap hell, they could hypothetically release him after year 2 and not have to eat too big of a poison pill.
About Greg Newsome.
A corner?
He's kind of booty, if I'm being honest.
No, he plays for New England.
Even that can't make me smile right now.
Come on.
It was good. I'll give it to you. It's good, but I need a cigarette.
Jonathan is calling us from Owensboro.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, just wanted to kind of talk about the Mitchell Trubisky signing and what that does to our quarterback room. Are we now the Cleveland Browns and we have so many quarterbacks on the roster, or is Will Levis on the move?
Yeah, no, Will Levis is done. Also, you're not the Cleveland Browns because you didn't pay we don't have to get into the details on Deshaun Watson, but you didn't give out the worst contract in NFL history to a guy who hasn't played really for you.
Nobody has as many quarterbacks as the Browns.
And they're going to still have to add one, right? They still need
draft one.
Come on down, Kyler. What's DTR doing?
Oh, man. Sign Kyler, draft Drew Aller. Just keep this thing rolling.
And just go with complete extremes on both sides of the board. V-Love tweets me a picture or a GIF, whatever, of Wan'Dale Robinson and says, short kings deserve to get paid too. I'm not against the man getting paid. I'm just curious as to know what is the return on investment? What is the return on investment in Wan'Dale Robinson if you're going to pay that kind of money? Will that contract age just fine in a year from now when wide receivers are making, I don't know, what's the highest paid wide receiver making right now, 42?
Yeah, that's the thing. Cap's gone up. You have the money. If you're not going to overpay in a lot of areas, that is one area to overpay.
Just really quickly, the thing that is most important to remember more than anything else, if you're worried about how these contracts look, the NFL rights renegotiations are going on right now. We jumped up to $301 million plus in NFL cap space this year. If we ended up at $350 million next year, I would not be shocked.
Right on cue, I'm seeing a tweet that is naming the new leaders at wide receiver in AAV after the deals that we have seen go down. Jamar Chase at the top at 40.3. Justin Jefferson, 35. CeeDee Lamb, 34. DK Metcalf, 33. It goes down to Brandon Ayuk is right at 30.
Not for long.
He is the 8th highest paid, according to AAV, and Alec Pierce is 9 at 29.
So, that's all we have for the Titans. So far, at least for us. You got Blaine and Zach. You got 3HL. We'll have prime time tonight with me and Robert. So if they do anything of consequence, we'll talk about the moves that they made. We'll talk about any additional moves that they might make in day one. But I don't know. Do you feel like you put in a lot of production work for Daniel Bellinger and Mitch Trubisky back there? The two of you were very vigorously working on different parody songs to come up with for today.
Tamper time. How about this stat from Nick Court, who does incredible work in the compensatory pick market? He's on fire today. The Raiders just reset the top of the center market by 66.67%. You're not doing it, Lucas.
Tamper time.
No, by 66.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, dude.
Sorry.
I need you. Like, right now is when I really need you.
I know the two.
Really need somebody. Do you think they sell Lucy's at the corner store up
What's
here?
wrong with you? You got Max Crosby. Where were you when you found out that the Ravens traded for Max Crosby?
Sushi Kingdom in Hendersonville.
And so you were at that's not a real place.
Yes, it is. It's all you can eat sushi for $30. It's great.
God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Sounds awesome.
It wasn't.
Sushi Kingdom.
10 pieces of sashimi. I'm not doing an ad read for them.
Go to Hattie B's for lunch.
Yeah, I need some food. I was at Sushi Kingdom with Cheyenne, and I saw the thing hit my phone, and I was like, oh, crap. Oh, it really happened. And I started looking at it, and then I want to go look at stats, and my phone dies. And I asked Cheyenne if I could see her phone, and she said, why can't we just, like, have dinner once in a while? Like, I don't understand why one of these things, like, always just take over your life whenever they happen. And I was like, shut up. You don't understand. The Ravens just traded 2 first-round picks. She's like, yeah, but it'll still be there when we get done eating. And she would not give me her phone. My phone was dead, and I had to sit there eating my tuna and salmon sashimi.
Good for Cheyenne.
Not good.
Make a stand.
You're part of the problem, dude. If Bachelorette news happened when we were at dinner, I would fully expect her
Traitors.
to go. Yeah, well, see, we would both be excited about that. Just, you have to know this time of year, baby, I'm out there fighting fires. I'm out there in the street doing the hard work, hitting the pavement. I don't have time to be
Scrolling up.
kissy, goo goo gaga, lovey face. Ooh, baby, I love you so much. And I don't have time for that. I'm a real man.
Well, I just got the notification that my car started, so that means the show's over. That's going to do it for us today.
What?
We will have free agency news tonight on primetime. Stay locked in to 104.5 The Zone. Maybe they'll do something, maybe they won't. But either way, you'll get your first reaction right here. See you later.